LeBron James has never been shy about speaking his mind. He has become one of the NBA's leaders in social justice, routinely using his enormous platform to speak on the issues that are important to him. Sometimes, that has meant taking aim at some very powerful people and institution, and James has done it again. On his HBO show, The Shop, H.T. Ben-Golliver of The Washington Post, he went after NFL owners and compared their treatment of players to slavery, favoring the freedom that the NBA affords its players in speaking on social issues. Naturally, the reactions to these comments were split to say the least. An enormous number of NBA fans came after James for comparing the huge salaries of NFL players to slavery, while NBA fans tended to take a more positive approach, applauding James for holding NFL owners accountable for the way that football players are treated in terms of freedom of expression and in the style of their contracts. Here are some of the early reactions to what James said, knowing that they represent the entire spectrum. Here is his exact quote. LeBron James on HBO's The Shop, "In the NFL they got a bunch of old white men owning teams and they got that slave mentality. And it's like, this is my team, you do what the fuck I tell y'all to do. Or we get rid of y'all." James didn't allude to slavery. There was no room for interpretation here. He directly stated how he felt on the issue, accusing NFL owners of acting like slave owners. He could not have been more direct in his thinking. This is far from the first time LeBron has spoken out. While comments this severe are not exactly common, James has always been more than willing to speak out on any issue that is important to him. He has often faced harsh criticism for that, and that was the case tonight. Some were quite direct in their criticism. NFL fans don't take lightly to their sport being criticized, and some went straight to the point. They started name-calling, not even considering the validity of what James had to say. There was little nuance in many of these reactions. There is one major difference. Yes, the people who hire James to endorse their products look the same as the NFL owners he is attacking. But they treat their athletes very, very differently. No company is perfect, and that applies to those that James endorses. But James wouldn't have signed a lifetime contract with Nike after over a decade of working with them if he had these problems with them, and Nike wouldn't have offered him that contract if they had a problem with quotes like this. Part of James' appeal as an endorser is his honesty. NBA fans tended to take his side. James is more than just a player at this point. He has reached a plateau that few athletes ever get to. He is a national figure. He is the face of the NBA because he is so much bigger than basketball. He has used the sport to do so much more, and the league has evolved to emulate him. This isn't even close to true. Not all NFL players make millions of dollars. Most rank-and-file players earn only a couple $100,000 per year and have careers that end in a season or two. For every Tom Brady, there are dozens of players who have exhausted their NFL earnings before their 30th birthday. Once again, there is a difference. Most normal jobs that pay $10.15 per hour doesn't come with the risk of bodily harm that playing professional football does. They also tend to last longer than the average NFL career and are not nearly as public. The two situations are hardly analogous. The NBA takes a very different approach to league belittling than the NFL. The difference at the core of this issue is that the NFL believes that its own brand is what matters, that people will watch football because they love football. The NBA recognizes that people watch the NBA because they want to see the best basketball players in the world, and enjoy their personalities. That is, at its core, why the NBA is a growing league and the NFL isn't. Some people are equating off-court comments with on-court greatness. Some fans just can't separate what athletes do off of the court with what they do on it. In no way, shape or form should James' words change your opinion of him as a player. He is an all-time great, and if you can't see that, regardless of your personal opinions, you are watching the sport incorrectly. One day, LeBron will 2.0 any day, James is going to have enough money to own an NBA team. It is inevitable given the success he has had in managing his money and brand. It is a baby step, and it isn't even in the NFL. But hopefully having more player-friendly owners in the world of professional sports will help push other leagues in the right direction.